A few months ago, I did something that felt almost illegal in the tech world. I took off my Apple Watch, put it in a drawer, and went back to wearing a completely standard classic analog watch. Why? Because I was sick of it. I was tired of all the constant buzzing, the wrist tapping, the blue light notifications while I was trying to work or eat, and the feeling that I was permanently connected to my phone. I didn't want to be constantly tethered anymore. But there was a catch. I missed the data. I missed tracking my sleep, my heart rate, and my workouts. And then along came this. This is the brand new Fitbit Air, and it literally just launched yesterday. I've been wearing it for the last 24 hours, and I'm gonna make a bold claim. For me, this completely replaces my Apple Watch. All right, first, let's talk about the design because this is where the Fitbit Air wins. It's completely screenless, no digital face, no glass to scratch, no glowing text messages. It's just a tiny, incredibly lightweight tracking pod weighing only about 5 grams on its own that snaps into a simple wristband. The whole thing only weighs about 12 grams when it's put together, and when you put it on, it completely disappears. It's so light and low profile that you entirely forget it's there. And because it has no screen, look what I can do. I can wear my favorite standard watch on one wrist and keep my health tracking completely hidden on the other, and it just blends in. It fixes the biggest flaw of modern wearables. It stops trying to be a second smartphone, and it goes back to just being a health tracker. It comes in 5 different colors, including a Stephen Curry promoted band, which costs an additional $30. And there are 2 other styles of bands that you can buy on the side. The Active Band, which comes in 4 different colors and costs you another $35. Or the Elevated Modern, which has its own different 3 colors and would run you another $50. This is all to note, the base product only costs $100. So the first party bands, at least to me, are a little bit pricey. But a tracker is only good if it can actually handle a rugged, active lifestyle. So I put it through a little bit of my own gauntlet over the last 24 hours. Today I played a heavy session of beach volleyball, and if you've ever played beach volleyball, you know it's the ultimate tech killer. The abrasive sand gets into every crevice, and the constant diving, sweating, and impact will test any piece of hardware. The Fitbit Air handled it flawlessly. Because there are no physical buttons or open ports to trap grit, and it's water resistant up to 50 meters, the sand just washed right off under tap water. And because it's so low profile, I never had that annoying moment where the ball hits your bulky smartwatch and jams it into your wrist bone, which I've had happen many times with my Apple Watch. Right after volleyball, I laced up my shoes and went for a quick run. When I got home and opened the app, all of the data was right there. Continuous heart rate tracking, my active zone minutes, and cardio load. It does rely on your phone's GPS for the route tracking since it doesn't have its own built-in GPS, but for a device this impossibly light and small, the volume of data that you get is really incredible. Now, because this device doesn't have a screen, the companion app on your phone has to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And it's not perfect by any means, but it's still good and they are making continuous progress on it. One of the big features that I've been testing over the last 24 hours is the new AI Health Coach. Now, you only get this if you pay for the $10 a month, $100 a year subscription to Google Health Premium, but this subscription is a part of the Google AI Pro and Ultra plans, so if you already pay for one of those, this is included at no extra cost. And if you're planning on paying for the Google Health subscription, you might want to look at getting the AI plan. For an extra $10 a month, you get YouTube Premium Lite and 5 terabytes of cloud storage and a bunch of other things, but that's besides the point. Food for thought. Usually fitness apps just dump a bunch of charts on you and leave you to figure it out. But this thing actually interacts with you based on your day. Right after my run, the app checked in. It asked me how the workout felt and how I was feeling overall. And when I told it I was pretty wiped, it actually analyzed my active zone minutes from volleyball and the run and served up a personal insight like, hey, that was a lot of exertion for you today. Make sure you rest up and prioritize recovery tonight. And walked me through all of my heart rate stages and what was going on at each part of each activity. And you can converse with it. So as you can see, we went back and forth a little bit. I provided it some more info about how I felt and so on. And it genuinely feels like a coach looking over your shoulder rather than just a passive database. But the coolest and by far the most experimental thing I have tried is food tracking. I hate manually typing in calories and measuring out all my food to the gram, and it's really hard, if not nearly impossible for me to do while I'm at work. But with the AI Health Coach, you can literally just take a picture of your plate and the AI attempts to log the meal for you. Now, to be completely honest, I've only used it for one meal, so I have yet to fully test how accurate the calorie and macro tracking is. But for me, the friction of tracking is completely gone. And if the data holds up, it's going to be a massive game changer. I know that there are other apps out there that do a similar thing, but having this built straight into one app under one subscription is a no-brainer for me. Okay, now you might be thinking, a screenless tracker isn't a brand new concept. We've seen these before. Fitbit used to have the Fitbit Flex, which I admittedly had one. There's Whoop, there's Oura Ring. But the Fitbit Air is disrupting the industry for one main reason: the economics. A Whoop band requires a mandatory subscription that costs hundreds of dollars every single year. They start at $200 and go all the way up to $350. If you stop paying, your device becomes a paperweight. The Fitbit Air is $100, one time. You buy it, you own it, and all of your core metrics, your heart rate, your sleep stages, your skin temperature variation, blood oxygen, etc., are free forever. There is the premium tier for advanced AI coaching, but the hardware belongs to you and it's still fully functional. For someone like me, who wears a classic standard watch and wants those insights, I think it's great. It's accurate, not distracting on your wrist. But one of the best things about it, the battery life. When I used to wear my Apple Watch, I'd have to charge it before I went to sleep, hope it had enough battery to last me through the night if I then remembered to put it back on, and then hope it lasted me through the next day. Because the Fitbit Air has no screen to power, it gets up to 7 full days of battery life on a single charge. It's 90 minutes for a full charge, and if you're in a rush, a quick 5-minute toss on the charger gives it a full day of juice. And the charger is really straightforward. It's just a magnetic clasp that attaches to the bottom, which you can do while you're taking a shower, cooking dinner, or something else like that. Okay, so what's the final verdict after 24 hours of wearing this thing? If you want a device that lets you text from your wrist, make phone calls, etc., don't buy this. Keep your Apple Watch or your Pixel Watch or whatever smartwatch you currently own. But if you're like me and you're feeling burnt out by the constant digital noise, or wear a classic watch, but still want all the fitness and sleep data, the Fitbit Air is a game changer. It gives you your focus back without sacrificing your health goals. And for just under $100, I think Google absolutely nailed this. It's light, it's smart, and for me, it provides enough of the right information to keep me on track. But let me know in the comments down below, would you ever ditch your smartwatch for a screenless tracker? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you in the next one.